Good morning, Cowboys, Cowgirls, and Outlaws. Welcome to the Slick Sixguns Network Facebook page, and you probably have been wondering where I have been as much as anyone has, and I'm actually have been wondering that myself. I've been quite busy, and but I have a little bit of downtime. I have the ability to kind of just get back into this and sit here and talk to you all and get back into our rhythm of some videos as well as some equipment and different days of what we're going to be talking about. So I started this a couple weeks ago, in which I'm going to be doing a live stream with this group once a day. I'd say 4 days a week out of the 5 days. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having different topics each day, and it's supposed to last 15 minutes, but it could go for longer depending on your participation and how much content I have to share with you. So, for Mondays, we are actually doing Equipment Mondays, and this equipment is anything having to do with the Western shooting sports. And so if you are actually on your break, or if you are just waking up, if you're one of those late risers, I want you to go ahead and grab your cup of coffee and join me. Please let me know in the comment section what you guys are actually drinking today. I'm just having some coffee with some creamer that I've brewed for myself, and I actually like the cup. It's really nice. Kind of adds a little character to it, if you will. Alright, so once again, this is one of those things where you basically get to have a cup of coffee with me, and we're going to discuss some equipment. We are going to try and do 10 minutes of discussion on the equipment, in which I share with you what that equipment is, and we're just going to talk about it. And then the last 5 minutes is going to be where you will go ahead and ask your questions. I will take 3 questions from the audience, and so it depends on who I get, and I will see if I can answer your questions here. You can go ahead and ask me anything that you want. You can ask me about equipment or anything having to do with my channel. And once again, I'm just going to limit it to 3 for time's sake. So, without any further ado, let's get into our equipment. I've had a sponsor lately, Alamo Knife Works. They have donated some knives to us and for use. And I'm going to go ahead and go through those knives and show you what some of them look like. And yes, I do have a video coming out this week, but the first knife up is going to be this Baby Bear by Alamo Knife Works. It's going to have some Damascus steel on it. It's a rather short knife, approximately 5.5 to 6 inches, and is really, really cool. I like it. I am doing a video on this knife this week, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but I like it. It's very short and handy. And, it's a great little carry knife for everyday use. So that's what I really like about it. And it's also got some nice wood grips along with it as well. So if you are into Alamo Knife Works or heard of them, by all means, check them out on the web. You can go to alamonifeworks.com. They also have a Facebook page. You can check them out there as well. And feel free to take a look at them. Once again, I'll be doing a video on this knife this week, so stay tuned for that. Let's go ahead and put that one away. Moving on to the next knife. Now I have 2 of the same knives here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you both of them. This one is actually a bigger version of a knife that I have already done. It is a big cowboy, not a little cowboy. By little cowboy, I mean by the name of the knife that Alamo Knife Works calls it. But I just like the look of the handle on this. It looks absolutely beautiful. Definitely can fit my hand very well. So I really like that. I like the color of it. It's not a tiger striped Damascus steel look. And it's very shiny on the blade. I've yet to really check and see if this thing is sharp. I'm not going to do that on camera here. I haven't tried cutting anything with it yet. Most of these knives I'm showing you haven't really most of these knives I'm showing you haven't been used really from my perspective. they are a first-time use knife here. And it's just very nice to have this thing. I really like it. Very handy. And I don't know how long the blade is. I haven't checked the length on it, but it's longer than the Baby Bear that I had originally. So with that being said, unless you have any comments or questions on this one, I'm going to go ahead and put her away. Once again, thank you to Alamo Knife Works if they are watching this. I've got another knife here for you. It is going to be another big Cowboy. And the knife handle is the biggest difference. And you also can see that the blade here is completely straight. It is not jagged or serrated in any other sort of way. So I think it's really cool. I really like the look of it. It's the same style knife, so you can grip it really well. And I love the wood on it. Kind of a nice little light color for you. There. You know, you got to find a nice knife handle to actually match what you wear sometimes out at the range. So, nice little maker's mark there. By all means, check them out. Alamo Knife Works. Very awesome. Very good knife makers. Good quality. I have no complaints about any of these knives. I think they are very well made. Up into including the actual sheath for the knife. They do a pretty good job. They come in different variations. A lot of the ones that I've been sent are in a cross draw configuration, so they usually fit. Usually they fit on a standard belt. As you can see, they've got a nice little belt loop here. All right, so keep drinking your coffee. If you continue on watching, I still got one more surprise for you. And that surprise is a knife, just letting you know. Alright, I hope you're ready for it, because I'll tell you what. I was so excited when I saw this knife come in, and I know that you will be too. So without any other further ado, this is their biggest knife that I actually have. It is called their Bowie. And this blade itself is, I haven't measured the whole thing, but I think it is almost 12 inches long. Maybe a little bit shorter than that. But it is Damascus steel. Very beautiful. I love it. It's only single-edged. It's a nice little thick blade here. You're talking about maybe 1.5 inches on the width of the blade. And then the handle itself is very nice. Kind of looks like one of those old pearl handle pistol grips here. And the maker's mark is actually on the handle. I don't know if you actually like that, but I think that is pretty awesome. I can't really tell exactly, like I said, how long this is. I haven't measured it. This is one of the first times I've actually opened it, and I think they did an excellent job on this knife. So, if you're looking for a Bowie knife, you know, if you've been in the market for one, I think you should take a look at Alamo Knife Works. They're pretty good. They definitely come through on their quality. They are made right here in Texas. I've actually met the owner himself. He was pretty cool. Great guy. So yeah, just look at that. You know, I could go all day just kind of looking at this thing here. It's very awesome. And the sheath that it came in is a nice big old belt loop here. So you know that thing can fit on a gun belt. Definitely. And I like the little snap too. That may not be very period correct, but you know, it's a Bowie knife. It's a nice little, it's a nice sheath. It's got some great stitching on it. Looks very good. I actually enjoy it. I've yet to wear it at the range. I actually have another knife that I wear that I'm not showcasing today, which is actually bigger than this. It looks more like a Gladius. But anyway, so by all means, feel free to ask me your questions on those knives, you know. So make sure that, you know, you try to keep it clean. But I know how some people can get a little rowdy here in the comment section. We'll see. Like I said, I'll go through the comment section and take a look at what questions I have, answer them to the best of my ability. Once again, these questions can be just about anything. They can be about anything having to do with my channel, my Facebook page, all the other social media I run, any other content that I got coming up, me personally, the knives I showed you guys. So, let's see. Some of you might be writing your questions down, but let's see what questions we got. Got comments, that's for sure. Perfect for domestic travel. Doesn't poke into the seat when you're belting in, says Dwayne Coppage. Well, I've never used it for domestic travel. I know that when I sit down, I definitely have a hard time sitting down. And you know what they say, is that a knife or are you just happy to see me? Let's see what else we got. I might give you a shout out here. Yep, the Bowie knife. Same commenter. The Bowie. It's a good knife. I like it. You like the sheaths as well? Oh, I think they're really good. Very well made, very high quality. I got no complaints. They're nice and thick. I'll say that. What else we got? What other questions? Big names for such little knives. Not making a Texan feel very optimistic. What? What are you talking about? Come on. You know, it's a fancy knife's got to have a fancy name. I'll tell you that. Just like a pretty girl. Smooth blade. Christian Linston. Sorry if I mispronounce your name, by the way. If I go ahead and say that you're on my channel or on this live stream. If I mispronounce your name, I apologize. However, I have to agree. I kind of like the smooth blade just a little bit better. That's just my opinion as well. Butter knife by Texas standards. Meh. I wouldn't say the Bowie's a butter knife. Claudia Reed, she's watching from SoCal. I love knives. Opal Rose. Well, thank you for joining us today on the live stream. I appreciate it. Even if you are from Southern California, I used to be from there at some point. And then I moved. See, what other knives, what other questions we got? Got a lot of people watching. Trying to see if I can get more questions here. Looks like 9.5. It could be. Like I said, I don't have measuring tape. I don't want to blow smoke. Let's see what we got. Christian Lindstad. Thanks again for commenting. I've got a very similar one with blue tinted bone handle and Damascus blade. Don't know the brand name. I don't know. Let us know. I'd like to hear what it is. I love Bowie knives. You're watching from Virginia Beach. Okay. Well, let me know how things are going in Virginia. I know you guys have a little bit of a struggle going out there. I'm not going to be political on this channel, just letting you know, so we're going to leave it at that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a few more minutes to just kind of relish with me on some of these knives. I'm just going to hold them, kind of showcase them. You guys can ask me questions as they come. I'll give you another couple minutes, okay? Feel free to continue drinking your coffee with me, by the way. By the way, just letting you know, if you guys are ever interested, you can always drop by my Patreon page. You can support me there if you feel you have the desire to do so. I started the Patreon page a long time ago. I think it's a good way of essentially supporting your creators. More so even than the way that they do things now, even with AdSense and all that. Kind of gives a little bit personal look. if those of you who are patrons of my channel, some of you actually have gotten to talk to me one-on-one. That's actually a perk of mine. So maybe you get a FaceTime call or a Facebook Messenger or direct call from me. Sometimes I do that. I also do shout-outs for you on some of my videos. So if you want to be part of some content, you want your name on a video, by all means, feel free to do that. I love this buoy. I think I may just hold this knife. I don't know if I'm going to hold the others because, man, this is just it's a real knife. I love it. Even the handle's great. The other handle I've got is actually a stag handle. So let's see what else we got. One improvement, I can't even read that whole comment there. Alright. One improvement could be made to the buoy sheath. A snap in the middle of the buoy loop gives you the option of carrying higher on the hip on a regular belt, or to open it up for a gun belt. Okay. Rusty Allen, great to hear from you, buddy. It's nice to actually see. Anyway, it's nice to see that you're actually on this live stream. So I know that I see you in the comments section on YouTube, and I feel like you and I get a chance to kind of talk personally. So, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. And feel free to ask your questions if you have any. What else do I got? EIT. But will it cut? I don't know yet. I haven't used it. It's a sharp, pointy, stabby thing. I could imagine it probably will. But what will it cut? I don't know. Claudia Reed, my Bowie knife is 9 inches. I wear on my gun belt. I wear mine on my gun belt too, all the time. It's actually a rather large, it's a large Bowie. I may go get it here soon since I seem to be getting a lot of engagement on this. But once again, I'm more or less just doing this for Alamo Knife Works and to let you guys know that yes, this knife will be in a video. I don't know when, but it will be. Promise. What other questions I got? Man, no other questions. Well, let's see. Have you had enough time looking at this buoy? Should I put it away? Let's get you one more good look at it. Alamo Knife Works Maker's Mark, the handle, the blade. And there you go. Looks beautiful. This was actually more of a Christmas present to me from them. They got it to me right around Christmas time. And I couldn't be happier. I was one happy guy driving to the mailbox to pick this up. Ooh, let's go ahead and put her up. I'll give you another one. Right here. Let's see what other questions I got. I got a couple more questions. Feel free to stay tuned. Maybe I'll get to your question. You never know. I know I said 3 questions, but I'm going to keep going just because I think this is fun. Lisa Newton says, that's purty. Well, thank you. I don't know which knife you're talking about, but they're all purty to me. Rusty Allen, how does your family feel about the channel? Well, to be honest with you, they actually kind of like it. And the reason why they like it is because it's a bit of an outlet for me. Lets me out on my creative side. I get to do what I consider a passion of mine. Video making really isn't a passion, but what is a passion is the Western shooting sports. I obviously try to do that when I can. Sometimes life kind of gets in the way, as all people know. But with that being said, the video editing, I always kind of consider myself a bit of a teacher. So the channel allows me to teach. and that's why I really like it. So they see me as a teacher as well, so they can definitely appreciate the channel and what it's been doing for me. I think it's made me a better teacher, actually, because I've been able to actually get more straight to the point. Get to the point. You know what I mean? All right. Yes, I'd have to agree. EIT, the Damascus has a nice pattern there. Rusty Allen, I enjoy watching you and Santee. You actually commented on the shotgun episode. Yes, I did. The shotgun episode was a long time ago to me. You know, I'd have to say that was that was unexpected. I didn't even think that was actually going to happen. Lo and behold, I watched Santee a couple of times. I started watching his videos, and then I got in touch with him basically because he got a hold of me. He found some of my videos, thought they were interesting, specifically having to do with the open top. And we started talking back and forth on none other than Facebook Messenger. And he invited me out to do a video on the Spencer, because I offered him a chance to use a weapon that he hasn't featured on his channel. And he went ahead and said, well, if you got one, why don't you bring one? I told him I was on my way out his way at some point within the year, and we had about 6 months in the making and planning that. And lo and behold, we end up meeting, and it's like talking to old friends, you know. And I really enjoyed doing the work with him. It was fun. We made some great connections, and I feel that we were very funny. And, you know, I tried to play into my sense of humor a little bit, you know. Some people like my humor, some people don't. I have a tendency to be a little bit on the cheesy side. Rusty Allen, it was my idea. A shotgun episode? Yes, actually I do remember that. I remember specifically at the beginning when he brought up the viewer who recommended it. I think I remember seeing your name, so wow, that's actually really cool. Yeah. So, hello, Brother Scott. Send me one. I am in North Africa. I can't really send you anything there. Sorry. Well, I also have to do videos on the knives, so it's going to take me a little bit of while. But then again, you know, I don't know if you're going to give me your address there, but pretty sure it's going to be hard to get something to you there. I don't know. Anyway, so we already showed you this one. You already took a look at that. Let me go back to a few of the other knives here. You know, this is another big cowboy. And you can see the nice reflection there. I like that. Very cool. Very shiny, very clean. Very well put together. Oh, well, that's nice. Dear Scott, I'm Arabic. Love people, love cowboy people in my heart. Well, you know, you guys aren't too far from us, basically, in the aspect of, you know, herding and culture and, you know, living out on, I guess you would consider some of the desert, some oasis. I don't know necessarily what kind of terrain you live in, but, you know, much like the Cowboys were herder of cattle, you will, you know, you have sheep or goats. I don't know exactly what you have. Let me know. Dwayne Coppage. I'd give that one to my cowgirl daughters. Which one? The big cowboy? Or the baby bear? or the Bowie. I don't know. I think all these knives would go well on a lady or a man. Whoever feels they can handle them, I guess. The little ones, okay. Alright. Well, so any one of these three. Yeah, I could see it go on someone a little bit on the smaller frame size. Very handy, very well balanced. This one is anyway. These two, very well balanced. I think they're of equal length on both the handle and the blade. Yes, I agree. The Baby Bear would be a good everyday carry knife. I got one even smaller than that. But the blade itself is about an inch, I think, in width. So, you know, enough to do damage. You know, be a utility knife, do damage if need be. So, anyway. I'm still working on my coffee, guys. I hope you're enjoying this episode as much as I am. I think it's great having these people on. The reason why I like talking so much is I get a chance to get to know you guys a little bit. You get to know me a little bit. More so than just in the videos. So therefore we can just keep going. Yeah. I know my scruff is kind of scruffy today. You know, if you ever watch my videos, sometimes you'll see me clean shaven, and other times as haggard as, well, I actually can't grow that much hair. It takes me a long time to get a beard. I don't really have time to worry about it. Plus, you know, the wife doesn't like it that much. Happy wife, happy life. That's what they say. So, I got about another minute or two. You guys can ask me a few more questions if you have the chance. Lance Lamont, what category did you shoot in SAS? Well, so I still am in SAS. But as far as category is concerned, I usually shoot duelist. So, you know, if you're in that category, please let me know. I used to shoot regular cowboy, but then I think I don't know, I kind of tried to go a little bit more traditional. I especially liked handling the revolvers with one hand. It just was more fun for me. I also liked having a cross draw. I thought that was cool. Okay, so you're duelist as well. Well, thanks for tuning in. And, you know, I hope to see you someday, somewhere, down on the range. If you do long distance, please let me know as well. I do the long distance side matches. What other questions we got here? So what do you do for a living? Well, Rusty Allen, I have about 4 different jobs. That being said, I don't make really a whole lot of money doing either of them. I'm a jack of all trades and master of none. But specifically, if you wanted me to tell you what jobs I actually do, I consider a YouTube kind of a job. It's a hobby, but it's a job for me. More like a passionate career. That's what I say. I also run a goat business as well. I sell goats. I'm kind of starting it up this year. I have about 19 head of goats. And, you know, that herd's growing bigger every 6 months. So I sell some goats here and there, and I make a little money off of them. I also am a soldier part-time. You know, not going to give too many details there just because. But, you know, I do that. So that's another job. The other one is, well, I don't know if I really should mention it. I'll just keep it at 3. How's that sound? Anyway, but yeah, right now that's my living. I used to be a teacher. I got out of that profession. I decided to go do YouTube instead. So, here's to making it, right? Let's see. Dwayne, keep them up. Might seem like I'm giving you a hard time, but I'm trying to accentuate the positive and shoot straight on the opinions. Well, you'll find this, that I'm actually a pretty straight shooter myself. I don't really care much what other people think. If people want to comment on my videos, by all means, they have a right to their opinion. I just ask that they try to keep it clean, just for the sheer sake of I don't want my videos to get taken down. Never had that problem. But, you know, you can state your opinions, but just what they say, you know, just like how they always say, if you're going to give an opinion, don't be afraid to get one back. I shoot ladies duelist also. Hey, shout out to the ladies there. You know, there are plenty of ladies that do duelist as well. Far better at it than I am, I'll tell you that much. I don't get as much practice as some people. I wish I did. I wish I had more time to do that. But unfortunately, I don't. And, you know, it's even doing dry fire sometimes is kind of hard for me. But I am getting better at fast draw. So if you're in fast draw, let me know. I know there's at least one person on here that is in fast draw. In fact, in my club. So, you know, I'll see you at the next practice and the next match. And maybe I'll slightly improve. Maybe I've gotten a little slower since I've been kind of out of the game for a while. What else we got? God bless you. Good job, Scott. Cheers. Thank you. I only ask because I'm kind of jealous of you boys living the dream. Well, I guess we're all kind of living a dream, friend. I guess we're all living a dream. Secret squirrel, huh? I'm sure you can Google me somewhere. I'll leave it at that. Christian man ain't gonna disrespect or cuss. Oh, I cuss like a sailor, but I respect that. Thank you for the comment. I don't cuss as much as I used to, just for the sheer fact if I have a child and I want to make sure that I raise him clean, if you will. Make sure that he's, you know, respecting everyone around him, and his first words don't end up being 4-letter words that you don't want to hear. Wait a minute. He says no a lot. I don't want to hear that either. But you get my drift. Well, hopefully it'll be warmer, so we'll be able to shoot faster. I have to agree. Last time we did a competition out on the fast draw range, it was darn cold. Everyone shot a whole second slower than I ever thought we would. And I didn't win. Darn. Cheers, Christian. Thank you. Try to raise them right. You know, if you're a father out there, please let me know. Not all of us competitors have kids. I know that. Some competitors do. Some competitors have grandkids and great-grandkids. Either way, you think you should be a good model for your kids in some way, shape, or fashion. That model needs to be up to you, though. So, you know, whatever you consider being a good role model. Rusty Allen, what do you have in your personal collection of firearms? I've got a lot. Everything is kind of personal. I don't know if it's really not personal here, but okay. Let me start off. I've got an 1860 Army. You can see that. I did that in a live stream video previously on this channel. It's an actual Colt. I have Ruger New Vaqueros in 38 and 45. So yes, I am a 45 and a 38 shooter. If you ever saw that video, you know what I mean. I've got a Krag Jorgensen. I have a Henry 1860 replica by Henry Repeating Arms. I have a Uberti 1866, or improved Henry, if you want to call it. In a carbine version, I have a Moroku 1873 Winchester. replica. I've got a Uberti 1873 Winchester, both of them in 45 and 38, or 357 I should say, 357, 38. Depends on the overall case length. You know, you can put 38s through them. Some people have them get jammed, but if you load them out a little bit more to the 357 style, they work just fine. I used to have a Colt Single Action Army. I got rid of it, sadly. I have an 1862 police replica. I have a... what else I got? I have an 1872 open top replica. I've got a Mosin Nagant. It's been sporterized. I have an 1897 Winchester pump shotgun, or slide action shotgun, I should say. I have a Spencer carbine replica, an 1865 model replica to be specific. I have a Winchester 94 replica. Well, it's not really a replica if it's made by the company. I guess you could argue one way or the other on that sometimes. But I have a 94, what they call a 94 Ranger. It was made by Winchester, and it's in their 94 style, but it's an angle eject instead of a straight up. So, it's a cool little gun, just in 30-30. What else I got? I have a Gallagher carbine. One of those rare ones. I have not brought it out yet. I do not have the ammunition for it yet, but that's okay. What else I got? I have a Stoeger double barrel and 20 gauge internal hammer. I have a Sharps replica by Pedersoli. It's a 4570 30 inch or 32. I think it's a 32 inch barrel on it. I use it for the long distance. What else do I have? I have a 32 Smith & Wesson lemon squeezer as well. Fourth model. Safety hammerless, I guess is what you would want to call it. What else do I have? I got so many guns. It's almost stupid. But you can't have enough, you know, you can never have enough guns. Just make sure you hide them from the wife, okay? Anyway, that's pretty much in my personal collection. Hopefully that the NFA doesn't discover, right? Who else do I have? Let's see, what other? Oh, I answered that question. Dwayne, don't worry about getting older. In my 50s, quick draw muscles work as fast as you can think. Judgment improves, therefore speed can improve with age. I never really thought about that. That's a good one, though. Okay. I think that's awesome. Rusty, the only Colt I own is a World War II commemorative 45 ACP. Pretty, but really don't want to fire it. You know, Rusty? To each his own, man. If you really don't want to fire it, then by all means, don't fire it. Now, if I owned it, I would probably fire it just because I like shooting the guns that I have. There's only one gun that I haven't fired yet, and that's that Gallagher. But I do plan to shoot it. You know, but there's nothing wrong with collecting the firearms and nothing wrong with not firing them. And I mean, that's great. If you want to keep it in pristine order or keep it in the order that it's already in, by all means. But I think that's awesome. The fact that you own a World War II commemorative 45 ACP Colt. Is it gold-plated, though? I want to know that. EIT, but can you shoot a bucket 5 times with the Sharps at 1,000 yards? I can shoot out to 400 yards, and I'm okay. I wouldn't say I could hit a bucket-sized target, but then again, I really haven't tried. I would imagine if I had Okay, to be fair, how about we say I could do it in about 3 shots? If I can't do it in 3 shots, then I think I can't do it at all. Let's do that. I think that's more of an accurate way of saying. No Derringer for under the hat? Well, no. I don't have that, but I certainly don't have any hair either. It's good to have a variety of calibers, plus being disabled 22 is affordable. Well, I haven't owned a whole lot of 22s in my life. I actually I've owned 1 or 2. I had a couple 17s as well, but not as many as I was like. I would say that 22s are great little guns. Especially if you can shoot the short, the long rifle all together. Like in some Henrys, you can do that. I've done that a couple times when I did have a Henry. I talk about all these guns like I've had them, and then all of a sudden I got rid of them. What's wrong with me? I don't know. Oh, so it's not gold-plated. Okay. Got it. Fair enough. Agree with you. Guns are for shooting, cleaning, and reloading. Rinse and repeat. Okay. Got another opinion there? Sure. Well, alright guys. I'll have to be honest with you. It's been great. I'm almost done with my coffee. This has been a great talk. Stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to have an episode on Historical Tuesdays. That's what I'm calling it. This was Equipment Monday. Tomorrow's going to be Historical Tuesday. We'll talk about a historical story. Feel free to stay in touch with me. Continue watching this video if you haven't seen it already on the replay. And I'll see you tomorrow.